I'm here with UFC star Cody Garbrandt, who has a new book, The Pact, out right now. Before we get to your book, though, this summer, you have a chance to recapture that bantamweight title from TJ Dillashaw. What do you think is going to be different about this one than the result last time?
You know, I think my whole mental state going into this fight is going to be different. I'm healthy, for one, so I'm happy that I'm healthy. Me and my wife just had a newborn child 8 weeks ago, so that's motivation in itself to go out there and reclaim the title and definitely just get it back, you know, and get back to where I belong. And I'm very excited for this fight with TJ.
Now, TJ's been talking a lot, and he says you don't know what is at stake and that a loss would severely damage your career. Do you think he's right?
You know what? No, I've always learned from my losses. You know, in my career, that was the first time I lost in 5 years. And, you know, that loss, you know, the last loss was what propelled me to be a world champion and really dig deep and find out who I was. You know, I was an amateur the last time I lost. And, you know, this is a great learning experience. I took so much from that fight. You know, not that I don't from wins, but I take more from my losses. So it's, you know, it woke me up, relit a fire under me, and I'm super motivated more now than ever to go out there and just reclaim my title against TJ. He's a great competitor, great adversary, but he's going to bring out the best of me August 4th.
Now, obviously, there's more to you than just the fight game. You've got the book, The Pact, out right now. You're just 26. Most people haven't lived their life story by then. Why the book now?
It was a timing thing, you know, with the story with me and Maddox and the pact that we made. It was nearly 6 years in the making. You know, we promised each other that he would beat cancer and I'd make it to the UFC, and I would take him along the journey with me, and we'd win the world title together. And that chapter of our life is closed, and we're moving on from that. I think it was the right timing to share our story and, you know, get it out to the world, hopefully inspire and motivate people all over. And that's why we decided to come out with the book now at this kind of time, and you know, kind of close that chapter and go down a different road and different journey together.
Obviously, you've made it from championships to the book, and you're talking about your mother. One of the portions in the book is about your father and how he was in and out of jail. Is there a part of you that wishes he was around to see more of this journey, or was that part of your motivation as well?
Yeah, I think that was a lot of my motivation to strive to be a better man than the father that I had, but it wasn't in my life. And my mother was such a saint. She was a mother and father and really put her children before her, and, you know, showed us that tough love. So I'm forever grateful for the life lessons and the way that we were raised from her. And, you know, my father not being in my life was, you know, not a crutch or anything, you know, in my life. I'm thankful that he wasn't. Actually, he may be up for parole in the summer. He actually called me after I won the world title, and that was the first time I talked to him in nearly a decade. So it wasn't there in our life, but it showed me who I didn't want to be. So now I'm a father, and I get to be a father to my son, and, you know, that's what I'm aspiring to be, just a good father and a good husband and a good family man. That's what I'm about now, and winning this title.
Now, something else related to the fight game, of course, there are dangers in that sport relative to a lot of other sports. And you said you received your first concussion at age 6. Yeah. With all of the new revealing studies that we see, does that weigh on your mind about how long you want to do it?
You know, for me, fighting's changed my life, you know, and for the better. You know, without fighting, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't, you know, been able to do a lot of great things in my life and see the world in this kind of perspective. So I'm forever grateful for fighting. I know at the end of the day what could happen in there. You know, I've had some serious injuries with brain trauma, but it's given me a life worth living. You know, it's given me purpose. I wake up every day with the drive and passion to get better. You know, every fight you can just climb that ladder, and that's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing greatness. So as long as, you know, Lord willing, I have longevity and I stay healthy in this career, and, you know, I can make the money and get out and just, you know, then take care of my family. That's what it's about now.
I want to touch on a couple of topics that are big headlines, at least tangentially related to the UFC. Floyd Mayweather, who's talked about if he's going to return to fighting, it would be in mixed martial arts. Do you think that's a mistake? That's
definitely a mistake. You know, Floyd Mayweather built his legacy in boxing, one of the best boxers to do it, you know, undefeated, you know, highest paid athlete. MMA is a different beast than boxing, you know. He should stay retired, or he's going to get seriously hurt.
Now, he's a very good striker, and I guess some people are curious with that boxing stance, if somebody's coming in to try and shoot, if he could actually protect himself in that fashion.
Definitely. I mean, he has, good defense for boxing, but you have, in MMA, you have the takedowns, you have the flying knees, the spinning heel kicks, the elbows. I mean, you have so many just different things flying at you so fast and powerful. You have to, in boxing, you have to worry about the hands and the head movement and the stamina. It's a different game in there. It's a different game. Stand up to boxing to MMA, then you have to worry about the wrestling, the submissions, and I just think he's too old to learn that. These guys, some of these kids have been wrestling since, like myself, been 5 years old. And, Floyd's never wrestled in his life. He's boxed. He's the highest, one of the best boxers, taking nothing away from him. It's a different sport from boxing to MMA. It's for Conor to go in there and to compete with Floyd the way he did was really, it was great for the sport. It was great for the sport. If Conor would have went in there and McGregor would have knocked him, or if Floyd would have knocked him out, then it would have been bad. It's like, MMA fighters have nothing to do in boxing. They shouldn't be here, But he went in there and made it competitive. It was an entertaining fight, But if Floyd fought Conor in MMA, I think that Conor would take him out in the first round.
And then finally, back to the book, the Pact. Is there one message you would want people to take away from it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that just no matter what you're going through in this life, just always have a dream, have the courage to chase it. No matter how low you are, how high you are in your life, you just always got to stay balanced and keep the blinders on, stay focused on your task at hand, and set goals and just reach them.